What's up guys, Doomwake here and welcome back to some more Foundation Standard on the channel, and I found a nice one for you today. So I was perusing the MTG Decks website trying to find some interesting things that, maybe people have slept on, people had forgotten about, and I came across this little fella, the Infamous Cruelclaw. This is a card from Bloomborough. It's a 3/3 menace, and whenever it hits them, you can flip cards until you hit a spell, and you can cast that spell for free by discarding a card instead of paying its mana value. So this card is nice because it sort of offers you a couple of different things. So first and foremost, it's a discard outlet where you can use this to, like, say you just hit some random card, you can discard one of your large things. We're trying to, put these things into play. So you can discard these to the Cruelclaw and then have either Zombify or Rakdos Joins Up to reanimate them. Also, you can just hit one of these off of the Cruelclaw and then play it for free. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility in that regard. And the Cruelclaw also happens to be very good post-board against graveyard hate, because everybody's got that. So if they have a lot of graveyard hate, like Rest in Peace or Ghost Vacuum, to turn off your Zombifies and Rakdos Joins Up, then your Cruelclaws can do the trick. You can cast Overlords, you can cast Sheoldreds, you can even sometimes just hardcast Etalis, which did come up quite a few times in this video. So that is kind of nice. Rakdos Joins Up is kind of a weird card to play as like a second reanimate spell. When it enters, you get to return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional counters, and then if it's a legendary creature, whenever a legendary creature dies, you get to dome them equal to its power. So, funny enough, there's some interesting spots where you can just say, like, Rakdos Joins Up, one of your big things. If for some reason that doesn't get the job done by itself, you can Bitter Triumph your own thing to go ahead and just finish them off in one shot. I will say, the deck list that I copied had, what's the card called? Sellsword? The Fling. So the list that I found on the website had this card in it. I decided to cut that card for a couple of torches because it seemed kind of win more, but it is kind of interesting with Rakdos Joins Up, so keep that in mind. Another huge piece of this deck, another massive printing from Duskmourn, is Balemurk, because Balemurk mills 4, so when you mill 4, you can put your big thing into the graveyard to set up Zombify or Rakdos Joins Up, but it also finds Cruelclaw. So that is a pretty big part of this, where cast this on turn 2, if you hit the jackpot and mill a Cruelclaw and a large thing, you now have big thing in the graveyard and Cruelclaw, and they have to really respect the Cruelclaw, but also respect the possibility of you being able to reanimate your big thing on turn 4. So that's kind of nice. Sheoldred in here, just... I'm not a huge fan of Sheoldred right now, as more of like a in general in the format because of how much this town there is, and it kind of lines up poorly against the bounce spells. But it is very good against Domain. It's even a good blocker against the Gruul decks, just being a 4/5 that gains you a little bit of life. It trades no matter what pump spell they have, unless they have some way to give it indestructible, which I don't really think they usually do. But Sheoldred is just a good card against most of the things that aren't playing this town big enough. Bitter Triumph is in here just as a removal spell that acts as a discard outlet. If you have one of your big things in hand, you can cast the Bitter Triumph, kill their thing, put your big thing in the graveyard, set up that for Zombify. Fear of Missing Out, another cool card. It's a discard outlet, so turns helps with the Zombifies, but also just, you do kind of get Delirium relatively quickly, because you have, 6 instants, 4 sorceries, and then 8 enchantments. So you have a decent spread in terms of card types for Delirium. I will just want to talk about the large creature split real quick. We have 3 Etali, 2 Atraxa, 2 Valgavoth. So there's certain spots where you want Atraxa over Valgavoth. Like, if your opponent is playing, I think specifically the Dimir bounce deck, Valgavoth is not super great against them because they have a lot of just random permanents, especially once they start bouncing Stormchaser's talent over and over again. They can actually get to a spot where they have 3 otter tokens in play and very easily sacrifice those 3 tokens, or they can just sacrifice some of their enchantments. So I'd much rather have Atraxa against them. Valgavoth, a little bit better against Red, because Red likely can't kill it. They're both pretty good against Red. But specifically 3 Etali and not, more Atraxa or Valgavoth, because believe it or not, you do actually get to spots where you hardcast Etali. That comes up more than once if you play a bit of a longer game against the grindier mid-range decks, and just hardcasting this thing is pretty good. We do have a couple of Raucous Theaters here because we want to put cards into the graveyard for Zombify, so that's kind of why you see those. And then as far as the sideboard is concerned, just a bunch of Duresses, good against control, domain, stuff like that. Same thing with Liliana, very good against domain. Brotherhood Zen is a sweeper, cut down for red, Ghost Vacuum for graveyard, Sheoldred's Edict and Blot Out here for Kaido, and then the one Gixis command, just the stock Gixis command at this point for just anything that's like black, mid-range, adjacent, stuff like that. But that is pretty much it for the deck tech. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Before we go ahead and take a look at some matches, a very, very quick word from our sponsors from CoolStuffInc.com. This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. If you would like to pre-order Aether Drift today, head on over to CoolStuffInc.com, use promo code DOOM at checkout, not only get 5% off your order, but get this awesome free Rhino token as well. Cool Stuff Inc. They got cool stuff, and they got it in stock. Look, I don't want to talk about it, okay? Did I shit on every single card for being bad against Nowhere to Run earlier? Yes. Am I playing a 3-mana 3/3 that doesn't impact the battlefield and dies to Nowhere to Run? Also, yes. That's it. That's all I got. Hey, what's up, Blade? How you doing today? Ding, 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 ding. Gloom Lake Verge. What is this list? Do I know the cards Jewel and Cage? What do you mean? Mockingbird? I'm just running it out there, huh? It's not exactly how that's supposed to work. These are supposed to be here, and these are supposed to be here. Huh. So how different is your list? You have Valgavoth's Faithful. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Should have mulliganed. I mean, I thought my hand was fine. I can always bitter the Kaido next turn. Alright. Hey, at least we got there, right? Lee in a hammock. Welcome back. Thank you for the prime. We have 4 FOMO and 4 Bitter Triumph. So there is 8 ways to discard, plus Cruelclaw, so it's kind of like 12. Main phase entity tracker. Well, I guess I should probably kill that. Which thing do I discard? I think it's Atraxa, because the Pixie deck has a lot of random permanents that they can just sack to Valgavoth. So I think Atraxa is better than Valgavoth. I'm looking at Cascadeli's list. You have Render Inner, Torch, Faithful. I guess Faithful and Zombify makes sense because Balemurk gets back Faithful, which I like. So that is kind of cool. Ah, Hopeless Nightmare against the Reanimate deck, huh? I'm in. I mean, I'm not in if they make me discard both of my cards next turn, but we can still win this game. Okay. I mean, if you cast the Hopeless Nightmare, look, I got cards to discard. Let me tell you. Problem is we're at 10. Is this even good if they have town? 3 non-land permanents. So they town, sack these 3. Problem is, if I go for Atraxa and they have town, I'm dead. Because they just go town, bounce, Nightmare, Atraxa, replay, Nightmare, kill me. So I think I have to get Valgavoth here. just because otherwise I die. But yeah, I think I'm required to block. Oh, I forgot about the Overlord. Okay, maybe with this as a blocker, I didn't need to Valgavoth there, but I don't know, it's close. Can't imagine playing these decks without Torch the Tower, being able to bargain Torch second Impended Overlord to reanimate it as gas. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But I mean, most of the time when you cast Overlord, the idea is that you're hitting something better to reanimate than the Overlord itself, right? Because you have so many big things. So it's like, by the time you can cast Zombify, you're likely going to have a better target already. If you've cast the Overlord, you know what I mean? Okay, that went well. So what do we want against Pixie? Oh, I didn't update the deck command. It's on the untapped. I'll update it after this game. Go Bro End. I think. Do I want Bro End? Cut down Duress. Vacuum Command could be interesting. I mean, the sweepers are good, I think. Cut down Duress, Edict. This card's good against Kaido. I'm just going to cut these sellswords every time, by the way. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm probably cutting the sellswords every time. I don't really think that card's good. Like, I can't really think of a matchup where you've Resolve joined up, they haven't killed your big creature, and you're not already winning the game. Like, what's the point of it, you know? Like, you just attack them with your big thing. Don't they just die anyways? I mean, even the Sunfall decks, they don't really have a way to block their... They don't really have a ton of ways to block flyers, right? And, like, if they're killing your big thing, then your sellsword's not doing anything anyways. Young man! Do, 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 do. We have the opposite problem with his last game. Yeah, I guess they're okay against Edict. I'm actually kind of shocked they kept in the Nightmares. Pick a song that is not this song, please. Well, I'm just going to refund you your points then. Or I could scam you and keep the points. Is that better? Because we are not skipping YMCA. It's not happening. There's no chance we're skipping this song. No, don't ban them, but we're not skipping YMCA. I don't know if I want to take two. They probably have a counterspell. Alright, fine. I'll discard. Yeah, they have negate. Oh, they have town? That's not good. Okay, I fucked up. I should have not cast that. Because now they can make me discard my other lands. This is bad. It's okay, I simply will draw an untapped land. What do we go for? Etali is more fun. They have a Fear of Isolation. Trying to think of which one's better against town. Atraxa is probably better against town because it can find me another reanimate. Yeah. Alright, I'll take Atraxa. I do kind of just need the cards, right? Sorcery, instant, land, enchantment, creature. Alright, I'm in. And then we can go Zombify plus kill spell next turn, which is nice. Maybe Valgavoth over Cruelclaw was good. Sheltered by Ghosts. I mean, I have the Triumph in hand. Alright, song request for Ninja. Rainbow Man on the Silver Mountain. Yeah, I should have taken Valgavoth over Cruelclaw, because I'm just going to discard the Cruelclaw. Alright, song request from Salty Ninja in the queue. We're in there. Okay. I mean, I could just discard this then, right? I'm at 5? It's a little sus. I mean, they've already gone through 3 Nightmares. What's the likelihood they have the 4th, right? We'll go... enchantment, creature, sorcery, land. And then do these 2? Alright, I mean, I guess we could still die this game. Especially if they kill the Atraxa and we don't get to gain 7 life next turn. That is kind of a problem. I need land, get out, nightmare. Well, get out only puts me to 1, right? Yeah, that's bad. Alright. Oh, they didn't play the nightmare. I see. Okay. I'm just gonna do it again, I guess, right? I just need the life. I have to do the Atraxa. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? How many times, huh? I'm gonna deck myself at this rate. Hey, Helldozer, welcome. How you doing today? So, this is nice too, because even if they bounce the Atraxa, now I can go command counters here and gain 8 next turn. So, now, even if they bounce the Atraxa, it kind of still doesn't matter. The command was a huge find. The song goes kind of hard. I've never heard of it before. I like it, though. Imagine. Imagine if they could copy my Atraxa. Alright, I guess this. Counters, USAC. I would like to gain 18 life this turn. Oh, wait. I could have gained 22. I'm stupid. I mean, it doesn't matter, but I could have gained 22. Streamer, untap the card that has Vigilance. It's not going to matter, but... Do we have a full grip versus a Hopeless Nightmare deck? We do. Part of that is because I've triggered Atraxa 3 times this game. Look, I could just kill them, but that's no fun, you know? That's not fun at all. Okay, I think this does kill them anyways. Right? No. Why can't I click? Hello? There we go. Can I please click on the Sheltered? I'll submit 0 just because I feel bad. That is a 0 submit, by the way. I have too many cards. I mean, how many cards do I even have left? I'm gonna deck myself. I can't be drawing more cards. Alright, easy dubs. 31 life. Nothing I could have done differently. Game played perfectly. Clean dub. Yeah, so you're not even drafting the same format. Which I guess is maybe a good thing, because you're changing things up a little bit, but it's weird. So it's like it's just a completely different format every week, basically. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it, you know, if you want to try something different. And I think it makes sense specifically in a set that's 540 cards, because for a normal limited format, having a set with 500 and like having a set that big, you're just not ever going to see cards. You know, there's going to be some cards that you just never ever encounter. So, like, changing up the rate in which those cards show up kind of makes sense. Like, I get it. I see what they were trying to do. Alright, give me a Cruelclaw, please. Really hope they don't play a Sheoldred next turn. But something tells me they're going to. Alright, well, if you're not going to cast one, I'll cast mine. Assassin's Trophy? Ah! I forgot that card was legal. Okay. I mean, they're just ramping me to hardcast Etali. I'll take the land. +1 land. I would like one Etali, please, and thank you. 9/9, by the way. Wait a minute. Huh? What the? What is that doing there? What the fuck? What? Huh? Billis Skull Dweller, huh? Okay. Interesting. Well, in that case, it does have Death Touch. It is a card that has Death Touch. I will give you that. Cut down good. I mean, I assume cut down has to be good if they're doing Skull Dweller stuff. Yeah, they could be like a Finn deck. I'm just gonna do some light sideboarding for now. Maybe I want Brotherhood's End. You got your deck yeah shirt? Hell yeah! Exclamation point sure. Chat, if you want to get your own deck yeah t-shirt, click that link. I ordered one of each just to like see what the color, see how they look like in real life. So I don't know if they're on. I think they're on the way. They should be here soon. No, it's close, but okay. This one's not bad. I can work with this. Better. Innkeeper's Talent. So they're probably up to like some Vraska stuff. Oh, well, hello there. Nice of you to show up to the party. Drown, huh? It's kind of cool. They could... Oh, wait, why didn't they... They could have just leveled first, right? I guess they wanted the duress. They could have leveled the talent fully, though, right? Interesting. I mean, I got reanimates. You can't proliferate. It's not... It doesn't put a counter? Excuse me. Gain the next level as a sorcery to add its ability. Huh. So it's not actually counters. I thought it was. For some reason, I thought it was. I guess not. I think the reason I thought it was a counter is because in paper, when I track it, I put a die on it. So, like, you would naturally think that, you know, that's the best way to keep track of it in paper. But, I associate dice with, you know, actual counters, but there's no counters that go on the classes. Yeah, well, are sagas different? Because you can proliferate sagas, right? Because those are actually counters. Yeah, sagas have counters, okay. Yeah, they're called lore counters. I see. I see. But that doesn't say... This doesn't have the word counter on it. I gotcha. I mean, we're dead if they have Vraska. Okay, thankfully they don't have Vraska. They do get to blow up the Rakdos Joins Up. Although if they kill my Atraxa, they're going to take, what, 9 damage? It's -9, please. Takes my pain away. That is true, Zippy. Yeah, just talking about +1/+1 counters, which you can proliferate those. All right, take 9, please. -9. So yeah. Wait, what's this do again? Okay. So land, instant, enchantment, and I think Etali, right? Yeah. Because we can just cast Etali next turn. Which I assume is better than playing the other Rakdos Joins Up. Although I guess we could go Rakdos Joins Up, get Atraxa back, and... No, we can't, because their thing has Ward. I was going to say we could also kill the Glissa, but we can't do that. Because they have the Ward 1. We only have 7 mana. I guess they pop the Rakdos. Sure. Mm-hmm. Look, I mean, the correct play is probably Rakdos Joins Up the Atraxa, but, I mean, I didn't come here to not cast Etali. What the fuck? Okay. Again. Sure. Okay. Well, I think the Etali was worth it. What do you think? I'm beginning to think the Etali was worth it. Your turn. I would say that was a good turn. This Etali card makes for some pretty good content, huh? 9/9. Not a 9/9. I guess I'll trade. Oh, I'm blocking. Don't leave. Don't do it. No! How could you? Just like a higher density of things to have with Cauldron. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the correct list had both. Okay, this one's good. Put back... It's kind of awkward figuring out what to put back here. I think it's Joins Up. Can you fetch the new Planeswalker with Stoneforge? Yeah, but is that even good? Like, I don't think the Aether Spark on the battlefield has any text. It just doesn't do anything, you know? It's like, your payoff is you get to equip and get 1/+1/+1 counter. It's just, like, that's a lot of work to get 1 counter, you know? You get a bunch of loyalty. Maybe you can make a bunch of mana, but I don't buy it. Doesn't it draw cards? Yeah, it's -5 loyalty for a divination, I think. Right? -5, and then -10 to make 10 mana. Does the exhaust carry over in the Sol Cauldron? So here's the way that I understand it. And I've not confirmed this with anybody. I haven't like had a conversation with the judge. The way that I understand it is it's per creature per card. So for example, if you have two creatures in play, right, and you have a loot under a cauldron, and they both have counters, you can activate the blue ability on each of them, but then the next turn you can only activate the red or green ability on each of them. I think that's how it works. I'm fairly positive. Sure. I'll take a free Overlord, you kidding me? Dude, this deck is kind of gross, huh? Get this back, Zombify the Atraxa. Are we doing it? I think we're doing it. Okay, that was pretty good. That was turn 4, by the way. Yeah. I mean, God, when you hit with Cruelclaw, it's kind of gross. Good God. What did they do? They played a Gremlin Tamer? God, I forgot to cut the Cell Swords. You need to remind me next time, okay? You need to remind me to cut the Cell Swords. If you have to put it in a resub message so that I understand it and can hear Brian yell at me, then, you know, that's what must be done. But you gotta remind me to cut the Cauldron, the Cell Swords next time. It just doesn't do anything in this deck. It's just like, it is the pure definition of win more. You know, like, sure, there are probably some things you can do with it, but it's only good when you've already have... Like, the only situation where it's good in is if you have a big thing in play and they're not dead, which is just something that's not going to happen very often. I think Valgavoth is better, but I'm not positive. Okay, that's fine. So I assume they make a 3/3. Really? Okay. I guess they just want more blockers for Cruelclaw on the next turn. That's rude. Aether Spark is more like an Ancestral Recall every turn than it is one Divination. I should have blocked the Innocence. It may not be as good as it looks, but it's way better than you're saying. So how is it an Ancestral Recall? You wind up +2 cards? I mean, sure, but like, that's also assuming that you have a 5-power creature, because you need to be able to... Well, I guess when you're equipping, you're getting a counter. So, like, if you have a 3/3, the turn you equip it, you put a counter that's 4, it gains 4 loyalty. Then the next turn, yeah, -5. I don't know, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure I buy it yet. It's one of those cards that I think I need to see in play before I, like, you know, reserve my judgment on it. If that makes sense. Urborg Scavengers with loot. Does that work? Doesn't Scavenger... No, I don't think that works. Because I'm pretty sure Scavenger only counts, like, keyword abilities, not activated abilities. I think. Oh, just because it has the... Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because it's like 3 double strike, vigilance, trample. Like, that is good with Scavengers, yeah. I like the theory of the exhaust mechanic, but it seems very difficult to track in paper. You know, like, you have to you have to somehow keep track of which ability you've used. Which I'm not sure, like, I guess specifically with loot, right? Like, on the exhaust creatures that have only one ability, it's fine. But with loot, it seems kind of tough, no? Sure, if they only have one ability, you just put a die on it, then it's fine. Like, that's not that hard to track, but With loot, it sounds kind of tough. Yeah, you could like write on a piece of paper, like on your life total thing, like which ability you've used. But even then, it's like, you know what I mean? Still a lot to keep track of. More than you're used to. Yeah, that's a good point. They'll probably have some sort of like a little punch out marker that you can put on the card that says it's exhausted. But imagine trying to keep track of the loot with Cauldron, because then you have like 4 or 5 different creatures that all have the loot ability, but you can only use each one of those abilities once. That's going to be a pain in the ass to keep track of. Oh, I don't have Delirium anymore. That's fine. Oh, it's not fine. They have Smite. Yeah, you probably just have to put a piece of paper on the card. Yeah, it seems very difficult, specifically with Loot Cauldron. That's the part that kind of gets me. All right, well, show me an answer. I'm gonna put this 9/9 into play. I wish you good luck. If you exile 2 loots with a single Soul Cauldron, do creatures get duplicates of the same exhaust abilities? I don't think so. I think the way that Cauldron is worded, it says it gains the activated abilities, and regardless of which loot it is, it's still the same activated ability. You know what I mean? Huh? Interesting. I see what happened there. I'm going to actually give this one a sad face because I feel bad for Julian. Yes, cutting the cell swords, please. What are we cutting them for? Everything else has felt good. Just like more cheap kill spells, maybe? We could play a couple torches. Is this deck missing anything else? You want untapped Surveilland? I refuse. I'm not doing it. I understand what you're saying, but I refuse. Hey, Evening Daniel. Welcome. Taps for colored mana in a pinch. Well, I sure wish I had the stupid Surveilland in this hand. I'm still keeping. I'm on the draw. I got a Triumph. It'll be fine. Actually, it won't be fine. I lied. You have a Cage Gamer? Will definitely sounds like a Cage Gamer. Ah! They are definitely not a Cage Gamer. I repeat, Cage Gamer, they are not. I mean, I guess I'll kill that. I mean, at this point, isn't it better to just save the Bitter Triumph for, like, whatever big thing they're trying to cast? Because if I kill this, they still have 5 mana. Yeah, I'm just going to save the Triumph. Go Calper, do you think they're going to be worse, better, or worse than the Innistrad Midnight Lands? I mean, I could pose that question to everybody in chat. What would you say is worse, like harder to keep track of? The Innistrad Midnight Lands or the Aether Drift Gold Lands? It's kind of close, right? Yeah, it's tough. It's like you probably need to take a look at it IRL. I don't know if there's a reason to do this now, but For people who don't know what I'm referring to, let me see if I can pull them up. Where did I post them? I think I posted them in my Discord. Scrap Shooter. Yo, chill. To feel this way forever. Alright, torch this. Alright, I found them. Let me put them on stream. After I do this real quick. Killing all their shit. Alright, add. Image. Add source. Alright, for people who do not know what the gold lands are... It's too big. This is what they are, though. So these are the new basic lands that are going to be in Aether Drift. My question that I pose to you is, are these more or less of a pain in the ass to keep track of than the Innistrad Midnight feature lands, you know? Oh, they're not good. Trust me, they are not good. They are quite bad. Oil Slick. The Oil Slick ones are not great either, I will say that. Octopus, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate the sub. Any primers in chat? Anybody got a spare Prime sub that they get for free with their Amazon Prime account? Why are they attacking? What's your plan, Will? Oh, okay. Take 9. I don't think Will thought that through. Alright, Brotherhood's End coming in. Cut down. Edict. Gix. Cut 2 of these. 2 of these. Cut 1 of these. I keep in 1 Rakdos. I guess I can cut a big doofus. And then... I don't think I like the Edict. Revise basics over everything. You know what the real answer is? Unlimited basics. I don't know what it is about the unlimited printing, but I love them. They're so good. I think part of it is that it doesn't have the tap symbol. It just says the word tap. There's something that just, like, I don't know. There's something that, like, in my brain, the word tap just means so much to me, you know? Yeah, also the contrast, like, they're a little bit darker than the revised ones. So they just kind of look better. For, like, I don't know what it is, like, the saturation is better, you know? It's a little greedy, but... Drop the movie of one of the land in my Discord. You got a movie? Why are you dropping movies? Where'd you find this? Thinking. Let's do this. It's gonna die at Brotherhood's End, but I want to try and find an untapped land. You told me you said shh. Did you find it on Reddit or something? Here, where do I have to add this as a... Hold on. Media file. I don't know if there's sound, but... Okay, that's what they look like. Hold on. I'll put it on repeat. Alright, that is apparently what they look like. Like, there's no color set. Like, that looks like a swamp. You know what I mean? It literally looks like a swamp. Come on. That's bad. That's really bad. Can we ban basic lands? That's kind of... I mean, I would like to. Unfortunately, you do need basic lands to play the game. It's not really a plains. Well, actually, it's a mountain. That's what it is, but, you know. Are they all foil, by the way? Like, can you get them non-foil? Because I feel like the foil makes it worse. I'm a rocket man. They didn't attack last turn? Why didn't they attack? Have you seen the foil Force of Despairs? I have one, because I want an RCQ. Okay. I have one. They're terrible. I mean, you really can't even tell it's foil. Well, you can tell it's foil, but like... Here, I'll show you. Hold on. We'll go full screen on this one, okay? Look at that guy. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I feel like I'm less offensive to these cards because they're just like one-off random rares as opposed to basic lands that everybody wants to play with, you know? So I feel like it's different. What is that? It is a Force of Despair. Believe it or not. It's a nice piece of art. Yeah, that's true. The light definitely helps it. Force of Disparage. I am a competitive player. At least I try to be. I'm aspiring, okay? Atraxa. We're not doing the rat thing again, are we? Only if you get it to 69 and then stop spamming it. Instant... Creature... no, creature enchantment. I want to hold up Torch in case they have Sheltered. That was kind of the reason I took the springs. Oh, no, no, no. I mean, I'm starting the year off good, right? Definitely starting off the year good. This is my year, chat. This is the year. One of the years of all time, as they say. I feel good about this year. I want to try and, like, up the content, too. Wait, oh, they're gonna split up me? I see. Like, in terms of... Wait, couldn't they have done... Couldn't they have done this differently? They could have used the steed to crew this. I feel like they could have done this differently, but it's fine. What was I gonna say? I want to up the content this year. You know what I mean? I want to, like, I don't know, try different stuff, explore new avenues to content creation. Step up the game, as it were. This is more fun, so I guess I'll do this. No, vehicles can't crew themselves, but they can use... It's pretty good. They could have used... I feel like they could have used the steed to crew one. I don't know. I feel like they could have done it, but... No, not a hot tub stream. Like, different, you know, weird and wacky formats and deck reviews and card reviews and all this stuff. I feel like there's so many things that people haven't tried yet. I don't know. That's just the way that I think of it. The thing about Etali versus this town is if you put the Etali into play, you don't really care if they town it because, like, you just get a huge thing out of it. So it's kind of whatever for the most part. Yeah, see? Shitty land art tier list. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You get it. That would get clicks. Oh, I see what you're saying. I didn't think about, like, Etaliing into something good that they have and they could just bounce their own thing. I didn't think about that. Why'd you leave the keys up on the table? Hexmage. Sexy Hexy, we call him. Okay. I feel like we're playing a different game. You know? My opponent's playing with, 1 mana 3/2s and 2 mana 2/3s, and, we're doing this kind of shit. Like, it just feels like we're not doing the same thing. As long as we understand that if it's shitty land art, the island can't go on it. What do you mean? What island? Which island are you referring to? Yep, clock. I guess Valgavoth is worse against Final Vengeance. You know which island? Oh, that island. I see. I know which island you're talking about. Now that you said that, yes. Oh, that island. I mean, we're fine, right? Right? We're fine. Got the Overlord coming in next turn. We'll be okay. Try when angels desert. They're attacking. Oh, they have Torch. I declare no blocks. What was that? 3 mana black creature working as a reanimator? 3 mana black creature. What do you mean? You mean the Cruelclaw? Is this the one you're talking about? Preacher. Ah. Okay. Well, I don't really want to attack. We'll be fine. Foundations came in between, but the World's decks are all stone cold unplayable now. What do people even play at Worlds? I legit don't remember. So JED played Leyline. I recall that. I don't remember anything else, though. Oh yeah, the Dimir Demons deck. You can't play that shit. What else was there? Did people play Domain? I think they did. It's probably a Domain deck. Screaming Nemesis. Okay. Wait, this is actually, like, kind of sketchy. They're at 13. Oh yeah, Seth played Big Golgari. Some people still play that deck. I don't know how I've gotten myself into this position. I'm a little confused. Alright, fuck it. Send. Send it. I mean, they have a couple of good blocks, but... Sure. I'll damage on the 1/1, but then I lose the Cruelclaw is the problem. Is that fine? That's fine. Oh, they probably want to kill the Sheoldred, right? Yeah, okay. So we just go... Yeah. Wait. No. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't auto-assign damage. Get out of here. Okay. Second main. Let's go here. Arena wanted to try and screw me over there. I already have an Etali in the graveyard, so I guess we do this. And we could try to hardcast Etali. That's actually kind of good, I think. That's a weird game. Very strange game. You have to drag the defenders to first position to auto-assign. Well, I did that, but there's a checkbox in the top right that you have to uncheck to not auto-assign. So even when you click and drag, it still auto-assigns. But you just have to uncheck that box. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Spin the wheel! Or not. Come on. Let me have my fun. I just want to cast some spells. Alright, Rakdos Sacrifice. I don't even know if Vacuum is that good against them. Is any of this good? Brotherhood's End, maybe? But Brotherhood's End lines up kind of poorly against Nemesis and Preacher. Gix's Command? Blot Out could be good. Blot Out is good against their 3s. So, like, these two could be good. Just some very light sideboarding like that. And we cut 1 joins, 1 doofus. Sure, send it. Command does make sense. Especially if we just trade off a bunch, like trade off Preacher or trade off Fear of Missing Out, stuff like that. Just get later into the game with the command, just drawing a couple of cards. Have I ever flipped Etali? I think I did once. I want to say I have one Etali flip lifetime. Maybe. I'm not even sure if I have one. The thing about Etali is, like, you kind of need to untap with it twice to get to the extra 2 mana, and if you attack with it twice, they're just going to die anyways. So it rarely comes up. Can I miss the SDCC Black on Black Walkers? Why did they stop doing those? The Comic-Con Walkers? I kind of miss those too. Well, that is interesting. Honestly, I'm just going to do this. I want that. And I guess I'd rather hold up Torch than the Fear of Missing Out, because they're just going to kill it anyways. Just take less damage this turn. A little sus if they have a vacuum this turn. That would be kind of bad. Is it bad that we don't have a single Abrade in the sideboard for Ghost Vacuum? That might be bad. Because there is a lot of vacuums. Oh, that's true. We have 3 Brotherhood's Ends. I do play 3 of those. I just didn't board them in. Okay, well, we have dodged the vacuum. Vacuum successfully dodged. Don't you concede! Don't do it. At least let me resolve the trigger. Okay. Look, I'm not gonna complain about free cards. It's not the best free cards, but it's something. Alright, I pass. I pass. Killing the fear of missing out? How could you? How could you, Neri? You had one job. I think the basics need slightly edited given verges are base black, especially if they're adding torches. We only have 2 torches, but maybe you're right. Could do a like a more even split. Because what do we have right now? 6/4 black. Hey, Kiyotaro, how you doing today? Welcome. It's a good turn. Well, I have a better turn. You know, I wonder if Gix is better this turn, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think it is. I think Gix is better. We gain 4 life, make a 1/1, kill their stuff. Gives them less permanence to sack the Valgavoth next turn, which I like. Anything in Aether Drift Day 1 you're really excited about? Loot. Loot and the red-white card. I forget the name of the red-white creature, but the one that gives all of your mounts and vehicles haste and auto-cruise all of them. That card is completely absurd. Those are probably my 2 favorite cards in the set so far. The card is definitely not called Morgan Freeman, but, you know, Morgan Freeman adjacent. Yeah, Death Shadow Vehicle is kind of cool. The thing about the Death Shadow Vehicle in Standard, I'm not really sure there's enough ways to pay life in Standard. You have Bitter Triumph, Painlands. Past that, like, there's really not much else. Like, I just don't think that card is good for Standard. Yeah. Wait, why do I have priority? Oh, from the Valgavoth. Okay, I see. That is true. I mean, if you start on double Pain Land and you take, you deal 2 damage every turn, then that could be something. Yeah, that's true. If you just... the answer is just board emit against red, and they'll just do all the work for you. That's really the answer. It is, yeah, but it's expensive, right? It's 3 mana, pay 2, draw card. It's a Doctor Who card. Yeah, see, I'm not familiar with any Doctor Who stuff. I never watched Doctor Who. Never get into it. Oh, it's Fallout? Is it? Another game that I did not play a lot of. I played a little bit, but not too much. Okay, the real test. The real test. We have located a domain opponent. I repeat, domain opponent located. This match is going to be pretty tough if we cannot find Etali. We will definitely be Sunfall at some point this game. That I can assure you of. If I had another red source, I would make this play. But without a second red source, I think it's bad. Just because having the enchantment in the deck, having the enchantment in the graveyard is nice for delirium purposes. Yeah, some of the main deck smites. It's not like it's not 100% common, but I have seen more of it recently because it is good against red. Like 1 or 2 copies. I did see those new promos. I think it was Claudio who sent it me before. I can show him the chat. What's Claudio's username? Found it. Where the hell is it? Here it is. Pass. We are very, very dead this game. Okay, well, I guess we're hardcasting. Is the mana symbol difference? Oh, wow, I never noticed that. I mean, I get it now, but I just never noticed that before. That's kind of wild. Okay, for people who have not seen the new promos, let's do that real quick. I believe these are RCQ promos, right? So this is top 8 or store champs promos. So this is top 8. This is winner. This is participation, I'm assuming, right? Participation, winner, top 8. Preacher of the Giga Chad. I mean, definitely looks like a Giga Chad. The Deep Cavern Bat is dope. The bat's nice too. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it deserves to be a 3/4. I agree. If only I could actually fucking kill something. Oh, I just gave them a free token. What am I doing? Yeah, I just gave them a free everywhere token for no reason. It's fine. I'll just draw a land for Etali next turn. Surely that one everywhere token's not going to come up. Well, I knew this was on top from the Surveil land. It's the only card that gives me a chance, okay? Wait, why do they have Anchorage? That's kind of weird, isn't it? Is that normal? I don't think that's normal. I mean, it's a win con if you squint hard enough, yes. It is, in the technical sense of the word, a win condition. Pretty sure it's token control. I mean, they have Azur and an Overlord exiled. Like, what's the difference between token control and this? Isn't it just the same thing? It's true. They are legally allowed to put Anchorage in their decks if they choose to. I respect it. I mean, like I said, if you need win conditions. I appear to be a little upset that I have drawn a Blackcleave Cliffs as my 7th land. Did draw land. Did, in fact, draw... This is a bold block. Bro, I'm torching. If you block, I'm torching. I'm gonna tell you right now. Alright, I cast 1 mana Stone Rain. That is true. You don't put the Anchorage in your deck to not activate it. The funny thing is, last turn, they didn't have a land. Because if they had a land, they would have played Atraxa. So if they don't draw a land, they may not be able to cast this. Unless I'm missing something. What the fuck? Okay, sure. Scroll shift on my Restless Anchorage resolves. They are really up to no good over there. Oh, they do be shifting. They're shifting and I'm shitting. Put that on a t-shirt. That'll sell well. Alright, just 7/7, draw 5, no big deal. We're fine. We're fine. Everything is fine. Yo, scroll shift exhaust? That's kind of hot. Look, I mean, it's something, okay? It's not nothing. Huh. I mean, given they have a Get Lost in hand, it has to be this, right? I make 2 3/3s. 2 3/3 secured. And I guess we probably trade for Atraxa? Oh, they can just use the Overlord to pay for the Get Lost. Alright, you win. I tap out, I quit. God, I hate this deck. Alright, Liliana in, Duress in, Torch out, probably like 1 bitter, 1 joins, 2 bitters maybe? Let's try that. Sunfall versus Supreme Verdict, what's better? Okay, so as far as Standard is concerned, and this has nothing to do with other formats, Pioneer, Modern, nothing to do. As far as the Standard format is concerned, and you can fact check me on this, I think Sunfall might be the best Wrath ever printed for Standard. Obviously, other formats require you to cast your Wrath faster than 4 mana, but Sunfall is just completely broken. It's so stupid. Like, what's the competition besides Verdict? It's just Sunfall, Verdict, like, I don't even know what else is even in the conversation. But I'm pretty sure the answer is Sunfall by a lot. Farewell. I think Sunfall's better. Yeah, Settle is like, you can play around Settle, come on. You can play around that one. If you get got by Settle, that's your fault. Like, sincerely, it's really not that hard to play around Settle. Yeah, that's true. It also thinned their deck. I guess we're going to play Fear next turn, so it's fine. Still think it's Terminus. Terminus is close. Maybe that's the best consideration. Terminus is probably the next closest one. Our opponent's playing a 5-color deck, by the way. Yeah, sure. I'm just going to kill you with Sheoldreds. They don't even have Get Lost. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a Smite. Yeah. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Why are we still here? What are we doing? I guess they could split up me. They could have split up. That's a card that I could lose to. Not even, though, because I have second Sheoldred. Do I want to hear something funny? Not really. No. Fine. What do you got for me? Alright, Rest in Peace confirmed. Not like any of my cards in the sideboard are good against Rest in Peace, so... They don't stop coming. They definitely don't stop coming. I mean, I'm keeping. I mean, if they're going to keep a one-land Rest in Peace hand, then just Fear into Shelly is good. Maybe that would be a good YouTube video. Like, what is the best sweeper of all time, or best standard sweeper of all time? And then the video would just be me complaining about Sunfall for 10 minutes. Which, I mean, you know, some people would enjoy that. W video? Yeah. Just title the video, Why Sunfall Sucks. Or All My Homies Hate Sunfall. I mean, it really has to be one of the most polarizing standard cards of all time. I mean, it has to be up there. This one's probably up there, too. Amazonian's most popular videos on YouTube are of her ranting. Yeah, I mean, people like, you know, as far as short form content is concerned, that type of stuff is definitely more conducive to YouTube for sure. Because you're doing like a shorter video too. Alright, well, you're down to binding. You definitely don't have a second one, right? Right, Dax? Come on. Come on. Come on. I mean, they're not even close to casting the Blue Overlord yet. They did show us one of those last game, but they currently have no blue mana. Sure. I mean, it is kind of funny that we just have 2 more Sheoldreds in hand. So I like that. I like that they cast Split Up and not exile the Shelly. That's huge. Yeah, that is true. We have Towns with Bean after rotation. And you still have the Overlords, too. Are either of the crabs rotating? Eddie Merc was in Bloomburrow. Terror was in... What set was Terror in? Foundations? I don't remember. It might have been Foundations. Yeah. Okay, so we're stuck with 8 Terrors for a while. Is anything from the Terror deck rotating at all? I don't think any of it's rotating, right? I think we get to keep it all. Rotation's going to be in September of this year, I believe. And then I think after this year, then they change the schedule, I'm pretty sure. Turns out I kind of wish they had Sunfall instead of Day of Judgment there, after all this complaining about Sunfall. Is Terror even playable anymore? Some people still play it, yeah. I mean, I just have to keep doing this. It's not likely to work, but what is my alternative? Fuck off. Alright, cast Azorius so I can put me out of my misery. Come on. I know you want to. I know you have it. Cast that Zur. That's not a Zur. Okay. I can maybe beat that. Streamer Malding. Yeah, I hate this deck. I'll be honest with you. I fucking hate this deck. At least I'm honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you know? Is this more than you bargained for yet? Alright, we'll get a show of hands. If you also hate Domain, gift 1 subscription. Get a quick show of hands. How many people hate Domain? You sacrifice. I owe you. Alright, I'll take it. I mean, I'm gonna get the Sheoldred. It's not gonna be good enough, but I'll pick it up. Oh, that was for Domain in advance. I see. Okay. I see. That's fair. Alright, Gezer, let's get it over with. I mean, they have to have found it by now, right? Look, losses to Domain don't count, okay? They just don't count. Like, the fact that their shit has hexproof and lifelink, it's just, like, what are you supposed to do about that? There's like, not a single good way to interact with Zur, period. And you can't counter it, because they have Cavern Souls. You just can't do anything. JS, have a good day. Thank you for stopping by, as always. Yeah, we need lands. I'll keep lands. Schooner. Okay, I'm with ya. Big Schoon. Okay, Atraxa secured. I agree, Atog. I think part of it is they didn't necessarily, like, envision Zur and Overlords in the same format, so that's just not a thing that they tried testing. Oh, I punted. I played the wrong land last turn. That's bad. That's very bad. I'm a dingus. Ever tell you that? Have I told you that I'm a dingus? I'm just gonna kill the Bunnicorn now. Discard the stupid Blackcleave Cliffs. We need a Back to Nature reprint. So there is Back to Nature effects in Standard, but they cost 4 and 6 mana, which is just... And the other problem with Back to Nature is... So let's assume that you're playing a card like that. You're playing Fade into History or the Green Season or whatever. Even if you have that, they still get such a massive amount of advantage the turn that they go Zur double animate, where, like, sometimes even destroying 2 or 3 enchantments is not good enough. And that's the shitty part, too. Like, that sucks. I got a Soulstone. Yeah, Wear Down is something, but it's a sorcery, and that's a problem. I would be much more interested in Wear Down if it was an instant. I'm going to end up discarding the Overlord anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter. No, not like this. Oh, not like this. Okay. Surely I'll draw an untap land next turn, right? Right. We will definitely, certainly, 100% draw an untapped land next turn. Come on, you wouldn't lie to me. Easy. Atraxa. It's a 9/9 secured. Sorcery, instant, creature, land. I'm just gonna play defense. 1985. GG. GG. Alright, so Brotherhood's End seems pretty good against them. I think that is a card that I want access to. So they're definitely a rip gamer, huh? What do we want to do against a rip gamer? Could trim on this. Trim one fatty. And yeah, maybe Duress. Yeah. We can go down one more Rakdos. I don't know if I like Duress. The problem with Duress is, like, what happens in the games where you have Duress and they have two rips, or you draw Duress after they play the rip, you know? If it was something like Feed the Swarm, or a card that answered the rip on the battlefield, I'd be more interested, but it's just like, kind of have to line it up perfectly. Alright, well, you better have that rip. Okay, well, they do have the rip. We did expect that to happen, to be fair. That was intended. Don't emote me. Get out of here, weirdo. Alright. Discard Triumph, pick up Triumph. Sheltered by Ghosts. This Brotherhood's End about to go crazy. I mean, they have to kill this. It's kill on spot. This is kind of the nice thing about Rest in Peace, too, is you just have cards like this. Ooh. Our opponent appears to lack critical information. Chat, they are unaware. They are unaware of what is about to happen to them. Alright, your turn. Yeah, the Brotherhood indeed has ended. Bunny. Bunny. Are they a Smite gamer? I don't know, make them have Smite. Okay, 19. Drum roll, please. You know, I mean, I will say, it still deals damage, but I think that's a decline. 5 mana 4/4? Or 5 mana 5/5, rather. No text. Oh, right, the second mode, because, yeah, the rip kills the second mode, right? Yeah, it's when it dies. No! It seems like they drew way too many sideboard cards. Papaya. Papaya. Are we going beatdowns? We're going beatdowns. That's a tough way to do it. Can I pay you to playtest a very mid-modern brew deck to get your thoughts on it? We don't do donation decks, but we do deck techs, where I could take a look at the deck list, but we don't do donation decks like playing it out anymore. We used to, but the content didn't do super well on like YouTube and Twitch, so I stopped doing them. But we do deck techs for 2 gifted subs. They're looking kind of dead. Okay, they have their own Sheoldred, I guess. Well, they had their own Sheoldred. Past tense, of course. Had. Trigger. Stop! Can I have 1 playable card off the Cruelclaw? Yeah, 2 gifted. 2 gifted for a deck tech. So far off the Cruelclaw, I've had 3 triggers. I hit 2 reanimations. Oh, we're actually dead. 2 reanimation spells and 1 torch the tower. Wait, this is like actually kind of close now. Alright, well. Holds. Can they make 2 blockers? 1, 2, 3. No, they cannot make 2 blockers. God, that game was closer than I wanted it to be, I'll tell you that. Ooh, doggy. I mean, all of my hands have been fantastic. We haven't mulliganed that much with this deck. Uh-oh. I'm in danger? I repeat. I am in danger. Monka W. Yeah, us bad. That is not good. Yeah, red mana is spotted. I mean, if we can somehow get to 4 mana and not be dead, then we're fine. But it's kind of a tough thing to do against the red deck. I mean, I'm blocking every time. Yeah. How much? Tell me how much. 4? Not so fast. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. That's a hell of a draw. So you're saying there's a chance. I have to wait until they target it. Yeah, I gotta wait till they target it the first time. Because they can't trigger Valiant twice. So if they only have 1 pump spell, then we might actually be able to do this. No. The reality is they probably just have 2 pump spells. I'm taking it. You ever go end of turn torch here? Because I do have to tap out next turn. So if I'm not torching this turn, I'm not torching until turn 5. I think you just have to do it now, right? The question is, what do you target? It's probably still better to target this. Yeah. Target the mouse. Well, about that. Okay. Snakeskin Veil. Yep. Alright, I mean, maybe this Valgavoth is good enough. They don't have that for next turn, which is nice. Valgavoth. Terror Eater. Bro's eating the terror. Hold. It'd be insane if I won this game. they're putting me to the test, huh? I think you gotta block the Heartfire. Because if they have a pump spell that pumps the Heartfire to trade for the Valgavoth, it gets exiled. So I'm pretty sure you just have to block the hero. I mean, it's more likely that my Valgavoth dies here. I guess it's pretty bad if they have second Overprotect. Yeah, that's bad. That is very bad. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I mean, to be fair, if I didn't block, I was also dead. You can cast their bump spell? No, you can't. It's only on your turn. They have a 6/6. Assuming they draw a brick, I block Challenger, take 6, and then next turn try to stabilize. I mean, that helps. Alright, please, please, Clay, just draw one land. That's all I ask. Clay, just draw one land, please. I just need you to draw a single land. Come on, Clay. Please? Just one? Just one. Hold. Alright, Clay has drawn a land. I repeat, Clay has drawn a land. That's good news. Now we have to do this in case they draw the Sellsword. Because now we don't die to Sellsword, because their hero gets exiled. So we would take 7, right? If you chump, you take 6? What do you mean? If I chump? How am I chumping with Sheoldred? It would trade. I don't want to make that trade. Last turn? I'm confused. They can fling both. Oh, right. They get to copy the Sellsword. Yeah, I guess I would still die to Sellsword. You're right. I didn't think about that. Crazy. The fling doesn't copy. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single creature you control, copy that spell. Oh, because the fling has 2 targets, so it doesn't get copied, right? Is that how that works? Yeah. Alright. Got a game. Yeah, it has 2 targets. So let's go cut down. I don't even like the sweepers against them. Because they have so many pump spells. I don't think End is good. Edict good, Blot Out good. Gix, maybe? Although Gix is kind of expensive. I don't want to cut a Sheoldred. It has Death Touch. Something like this, maybe? Cut one Cruelclaw? No, let's keep the Cruelclaw over the Sheoldred. I don't think Hood is that good against them. Because they're way more about just, like, making one big creature and protecting it, and they have a lot of ways to protect against Brotherhood. Right? Like, if they have Leyline plus Rage plus Prowess Creature, if they just have Overprotect, like, they have a bunch of ways to, like, have their creatures survive against Brotherhoods. Can't keep this. Okay. I can work with this. This hand's good. I mean, it doesn't have a kill spell, but it has Cruelclaw. King of Games, 1522. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs. Folks, if you didn't get one, dodge in chat. It's as simple as that. Thank you for the 2 gifted, King. Is that the King of Games, Yukimoto? The one and only? What do I discard here? It's time to fear. What's the discard? It can't be Cruelclaw, right? Is it Overlord? Could be a land. Could just be a land. You think it's Shelly? I feel like Shelly is the best card in my hand. I'm going to discard a land. Okay, that's something. But yeah, King of Games, just post a link to the deck in the chat, and I'll pull it up. Take. Remember that turn that I discarded a land? Yeah, I remember that turn. Kind of wish I could take that back. Kind of wish I could take that back. Yeah, I guess it makes sense for the Nev Shock. Because if they had a pump spell, they would have attacked with both. So they probably don't have Rage. Yeah, if you could upload it to Moxfield, just like export it from MTGO and then upload that to Moxfield, it's easier for me to take a look at it that way. Oh, they have Frenzy? No. Because I think if they had Frenzy, they would have cast it there. Yeah, you should be able to export from MTGO. Wow. Just gonna let me get a Cruelclaw hit, huh? Well... So, here's the thing. I think I should Overlord pre-combat. Because if I mill over a thing and hit a Zombify off this, I want to be able to bring it back. Or I could just have more Cruelclaws. Now the other question is, am I torching now? I can see what I hit first. I do want to torch. I'm just not sure what I want to torch. Cast this, discard this. Trigger, discard this. Okay. 2 cards in hand. What do you torch? Hero, probably? Yeah, I think it's Hero. And then I guess if they attack with Challenger, maybe double block? No, that's stupid. At least single block. Where are you? Can chat vote me into playing versus King of Games? Well, you see, I cannot defeat the King of Games. I do not have the strength and the power to defeat the one and only King of Games. Could have got 2 hits if we bargained the Overlord. I could have got a Scry. Surely I'm not dead, right? They don't just have double Rage in hand. They definitely don't have double Rage in hand. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with this. Sure, I lose both fears, but who cares? So, where's my lands? There we go. Yeah. Discard Rakdos. You discarded it? Shh. Shh. Oh, wait, that's kind of gas. Okay, let's Seek the Beast, cast this, and then Seek will hit a land. Discard Zombify at this point. Yeah, we don't need the Zombify anymore. Okay. Okay. I guess that's fine. Right? Did we discard to the Triumph or pay 3? Obviously I'm going to kill their stuff. I think it's just safer to discard Shelly. Yeah, let's just discard Shelly. Maybe discarding land was better? I don't know. Alright, whatever. Go. We would have had Delirium last turn. Could have attacked with FOMO and attacked Cruelclaw. So oh, to get the second Cruelclaw attack if you don't block with the FOMO. Yeah, okay. That's fair. Is that necessary? Maybe it is, but... kind of crushing. What are we, what? I think we're 8-1 with this deck. Let me look at Untapped. I mean, this hand could not possibly be any better. It's perfect. It's a little awkward. Stop! It's enough of those. Yo, don't kite on me, please. Alright, I mean, I just need lands. It's just graveyard, right? I mean, it's kind of the same thing if I keep it, right? Because if I keep it, I need to draw a land underneath it, or I graveyard it and then have to draw 2 lands. But I also have redraws, like I could draw another FOMO. I'm not sure that Delirium matters too much, but it could. Okay. Go. I mean, there's just always a land on top, right? There has to be. Okay, that one I'm going to kill. Discarding Atraxa. And then I guess I'm not sure which one I want to do next turn. Probably Atraxa. I still don't have Kaido. I guess the reality is they probably just have a counterspell. Have another Mastermind, maybe? This is getting kind of dicey. A-Ray, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you for the 6 months, A-Ray. Appreciate that. Thanks for making band playable in Standard again. I'm doing my part, okay? Have you guys been liking the Band Cage deck? I will say I haven't played it in like a week or so, but I assume it's still busted. Interesting. What if I didn't go for Rakdos this turn? Like, I guess the question we have to ask ourselves is how much danger are we in? Okay, they have no interaction here. Let's just go for the high upside. I don't know if that's right, but because like if I play the Sheoldred, they still kind of have to counter it, right? They don't have to. They could just have a kill spell. Not sure if that was right. Oh, I should have done it pre-combat because of Delirium. Okay, well now we're cooked. Oh, we're just dead on board. Right. DOB. Okay. Tough game. Very tough game. It's okay. I believe. So, Dimir, no bounce, just mid. Dimir, no bounce. Let's do Cut Down, good. Duress, good. To take the counter spells. And then Gix and Blot Out for Kaido. Let's go 2 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these. Maybe the cut downs and the torches are a bit too much, too excessive. Maybe 3 duress is too much. Could do like this, something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of cutting cards at random. Alright, play first. It's not the most exciting hand. I mean, that hand looks pretty weak to a Cruelclaw. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a good draw, too. That hand is certainly weak to a Cruelclaw. I mean, this is kind of how you draw it up. We even have Delirium for the Fear, too. Oh, they didn't draw a kill spell? Hold. Is Bloodghast an Aether Drift? Yes. Hold. See, now, even if they drew a kill spell, then we just get the Zombify. Because if they have a kill spell, they tap out in the gate. So it's a win-win situation. That's fine. Alright, let's go here. Zombify. What do we got? Okay, I'm not going to cast the Aetherize. Decline. Your turn. I pass. Oh, that's it? We're done? Come on, come back. Alright, well, game 3, I guess. See, look, I would like to point out that that is a game where they know where to run my Cruelclaw and still lost. So, who cares that it dies to know where to run? Doesn't matter, right? Yeah, if all these hands look like this, I'm in. Yeah, they got hit. Stinky. Alright, I'm gonna look at this off screen, and then after this match, I'll... Holy shit. I didn't realize what you were talking about when you said bad deck. Look, I'll give you that. It is based. It is extremely based. I didn't know that's how deep we were going, though. I respect it. I respect it. You got a Tidebinder for me? Go for the throat. Okay. Well, I guess you've given me a target. Yeah, I've played this deck a couple of times. Not a ton, but I have played it a couple of times. Let's do this. Rude. Can I decline? Cannot decline, unfortunately. Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not great into the Mastermind, but I think keeping it's fine. Hold. You got a Kaido for me? Do not have a Kaido. They've done a very bad job of drawing Kaido in this matchup, which I can at least appreciate that. Deshana's would suck. I'll take that. We can try to cook them with the command next turn. Alright, looking at King of Games' deck list. I'll put it up on screen after this match, but I'm just going to see if I can take a look real quick right now. I'm going to see if I can pull up the Goldfish list. I'm sure you've probably seen the Goldfish list, but I want to get some inspiration from their deck. Because it has been a while since I've seen it. There was one person who played it a lot. It was Screenwriter NY, I believe, who played, like, I want to say they had a couple of challenge top 8s with it. And I feel like their newest version was quite a bit different, too. Yeah, they play some wild shit. Oh yeah, they had Goryo's Looting, that's what it was. And you could Goryo's back to Morophon? Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. Alright, what are we doing here? Enduring Curiosity, huh? Trying to think. God, what the hell did we do here? I could Gix command to just kill the Mastermind and the Curiosity. I don't know if that's very good, though. Let's go to combat first. Oh, do they have something here? I think they have something. They didn't play anything, though. Let's just play Sheoldred. Think they have Negate? Maybe. I guess playing the Fear is fine, because it gains me 2 and deals them 2. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if... Oh, right, they can kill the Sheoldred with the Drowner. So discard this. The command's gonna cook them next turn, though. Like, sure, they can shuffle away the Sheoldred, but... Played Looting for a bit, and I think Looting is one of the best cards. However, my interaction I wanted to play main was really bad without a color like white, so I swapped off it. Stalker playing 4 color. Yeah, that makes sense. Take this. Alright, so... Cloud Shredder, Morophon, First Sliver. I'm just gonna wait till after this match. But I got you in a second. This is a very complicated game. I mean, if they're gonna let me go to combat. Okay. Tap here. You've triggered my trap card. Okay. Why are they chumping? Why would they chump just 2? Just say fuck the rest. 30 cards in deck? I still really don't want to cast this, but... I mean, they have to have a counterspell in their hand, right? They have 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could just go Shelly Cruelclaw, maybe? Save the command for next turn? Yeah, I mean, I think that's my plan. Maybe I'm holding this command too long. It's a weird game. I was trying to see if I could bait out more interaction, and like maybe they go shields down on counterspell and I can cast this post-combat, but I guess casting it post-combat isn't great either. That's fine. Forgot about the second Overlord. That kind of changes things. Yeah, the lifelink could matter. The only issue with command is they have so many different ways to like tap your creatures that going for command pre-combat is kind of awkward against them. Because like if I put counters on this, they're just going to tap down whenever I put counters on. So it gets kind of awkward sometimes. I do have 2 good blockers for the Curiosity at least. So they need like 2 tappers in order to attack. But then again, if they attack and they don't have a kill spell for Sheoldred, they also lose 4, so they have to be careful of that too. Really? Yeah. I'll allow it. I will allow it. Okay, so they're definitely dead if they don't have a counterspell, so we might as well go for this. I expect they have a counterspell here. At least I think they're dead. Maybe not, though. Okay. Cast this. So, draw off this. They go to 5. And then I attack with everything. They block the 2 Overlords, take 6. But they probably have a creature, right? Creature to cast. Oh, but I have the second attack with Fear missing out. Are we winning? I don't know. I think so. This game is really weird. They also have a bunch of manlands, too. They have the Sanctuary and the Reef. So you have to be very careful. Good chance they have Flood Pits, yeah. It's a good thing they can't cast Feybloom Trick right now. Okay. I think they have to tap down Fear, right? No? Okay, so they're at 5. If I send everything... Send everything, untap Overlord. They eat Fear of Missing Out, double block... No, they can't do that, because then they would die if they did that. Any situation where they... Well, no, that's not true. They can go... So they could put both Curiosities on the Overlord that I untap, and then chump block the other one, but then they can't kill the Sheoldred, because they lose the Flood Pits Drowner. This is really tricky. 14, so this would die, this would die. They would have 4, 5, 6, 10. They only have 13 if both of these die in combat. And I don't think there's a way for them to survive without losing both of these, right? I don't think so. I didn't just deck myself, did I? I guess I should have checked my deck size to make sure I didn't deck myself. This is a crazy game. Okay. Well, if they do this, they still have to chump block the Overlord on the second attack. So it's just better to double block the Overlord and then... Yeah, I think they messed up. This was basically the same thing, but yeah, I think they should have double blocked the Overlord with the 2 Curiosities. Wild game. Yeah, because now they can't kill the Shelly. Sure, they get the trade for the Overlord that way, but it's the same thing as just double blocking with the 2 Curiosities, right? Chumping the Overlord, taking 2, and then I can't attack the second time. Absolutely insane game. There 1. How many cards do I have in my library? I have 12. I mean, I guess that's what double Overlord does to you, huh? That's what double Overlord does to a motherfucker. That's a really good match to end it on, to end the Rakdos deck on. Ladies and gentlemen, watching on the YouTube channel, that went pretty well. 9-1 record, only losing 1 match to Domain. We took us a couple of rounds to cut the... What was that card called? The Fling card? The Callous Sellsword. Took us a couple of rounds to cut the Sellsword from the deck. But yeah, I mean, this deck just felt fantastic. I don't know if part of it was we just didn't play against a lot of graveyard hate or our draws were very good, but Cruelclaw, back in the menu. Definitely something to consider. And I like that, like, sure, this is ostensibly a reanimator deck utilizing Zombify and Joins Up, but your plan B of Cruelclaw and just hardcasting Etali is also just kind of fine. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.